And so I say to the guy, Super Collider, I hardly know her. Oh, man. Oh, hello. I didn't notice you there. But you are just in time for a Lightning Crest production of Stan Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Rift, in which I will be playing the role of Stanley, a guy who works in an office, using my Oculus Rift, which is a virtual reality headset. For those of you who are not familiar with the Rift, the front part of the screen is a cell phone screen, essentially, which I look at through these two little peepholes. Now, the screen is split down the middle, right about here, into, so there's a view for each eye, and they're slightly offset, so it gives, like a 3D stereoscopic effect without actually having to wear stupid goggles because, each of your eyes literally sees something different. It's developed by Palmer Luckey, and the main thing that makes the Oculus Rift different from other head-mounted displays, or HMDs, or virtual reality, displays, whatever you want to call them, is that it has a wide field of view, in which, like, most HMDs, you just, like, looking at, it makes you look like you're looking at a screen that's a few feet in front of you, which you could do by having a screen a few feet in front of you. So, what this one does is it fills up your entire field of view so that there is no looking at a screen effect, there's just you and the world that the screen is showing. And it also has low latency head tracking, which means that if I go like this, or like this with my face, the head in the game will rotate and look around just as like my head is. So it provides a very immersive effect because you can actually look around the world that you're in. And that's about all you need to know at this point, so let's jump in. Hello. Again. I'm here in my Rift right now, and as you can see, the mouse is tracking with where I'm looking, because this is a hacked-together solution. The Stanley Parable was not made for the Oculus Rift because there have to be, special drivers that split up the screen and warp the image and everything so it looks right on your eyes. So I'm using a driver called Vireio Perception, which I configured it a little bit and made everything work together. So, well, let's go. I got a text message.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Wow, it's like I'm really in an office. As you can see, when I look around, I actually do look around. Now, I'm using the mouse to control my body. Hopefully this won't make me too motion sick. Hasn't happened so far. So, you know, with the way the stereoscopic 3D works in this, like, I can actually see the file cabinet in front of me. Like right now, it feels like my hand should be reaching out and touching a file cabinet because it is literally right there in front of me, which is why this is such a cool effect and why I think this is such a great game for the Rift. Find out where my coworkers have gone.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Doesn't look like there's anybody under the desk. I just want to spin this chair around. Right in front of me. Oh, this guy hates Mondays. It's probably a Monday. That's probably where everybody's gone. I like work. I just hate my boss. Ha! That's clever. You can tell by the sarcasm that it's really not. Motivational? Power. What is this guy doing? No, look at all this mess. Who would leave file cabinets just sitting open in an office? Somebody could really whack their head on those, like me. Looks like Office 420 knows how to party. Ho-ho! Strange time for everybody to disappear.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know what? Stanley is going Maverick.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Go in any of these doors? Looks like it's the maintenance access hallway back there. I want to get to that somehow.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
No, I want to drink the cold drink. How disappointing.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
I would agree.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left. But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
I don't think you heard me, mister. Stanley has gone Maverick.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
What a tall desk. A2. Whoa, whoa! That is definitely down there a significant amount of feet. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Oh, there's a penalty for dying. Well, I wouldn't want to die now, would I? That's what ruin all the fun of being Stanley in this wonderful office building.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why,
Maverick.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Convince me. Convince me. We have a key card. That is reassuring. Door didn't close. Spoke too soon. I'm waiting to be convinced. I just need to stop trying.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
He sounded pretty desperate to tell me a story. I don't know. I don't trust people that can control everything and say they want to help me. I don't know if it's just natural paranoia or what, but yeah, no, Stanley makes his own way.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
You're really busting my balls here. Look, Stanley finally got the effort to get up from his desk, stop pressing buttons that he was told to press, and there's another option.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Thank you. What?
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Oh, What a little... Ah, huge. You, Mr. 64... Office. Don't know. Don't know if I want to listen to him this time. Especially not after he's so angry with me.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
I don't know. Developer textures are pretty cool, but there were no dinosaurs or explosions, and quite frankly, I've come to expect that from a video game. 2 out of 10
Oh,
would
well,
not play.
now this is useful. You didn't like it, but you didn't totally hate it either. You enjoyed it, perhaps is the correct term. It didn't cause you excruciating pain. Big steps we've made here today, Stanley. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh, cool. Leaderboard. Wait, why are the words going down? Hey, you know. Oh. Oh. It's like I'm really playing Call of Duty.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Yeah, I want to win. I'm gonna win. This is a video game.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Baby back. Go back, baby. No, no fire, baby. Baby, no! Baby, no! Why are you doing this to me, baby? Oh, God. Oh, no. Ah. No fire. Nope. No. Oh God. No. This is a terrible game. It's either hit a button or let a baby burn up in the fire. Stop crying, baby! Okay, fine. You know what, baby? You're so determined to go in the fire. Okay, that's it.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh,
Great.
hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired, a game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
Where are you?
This will go here. No, here. And then...
Who is building?
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
Okie dokie.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Oh, this is great! I like this new game.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
I suddenly don't like where this is going. I don't... I was gonna say not that dark. Some mushrooms. Only I had some tools.
No. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
What? Oh! They're zombies.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Yeah! I win. MVP. MVP. Most valuable portaler. This is... I have no words for this right now.
It's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
So happy you think so highly of me, talking voice in my head.
Genius. No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough. So, why don't you get cozy in this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity. I don't need your advice. I don't need your ratings. And I certainly don't need the validation of a man whose job is to push buttons. I think I'll just go about my business, making meaningful cultural contributions to the world. And perhaps every now and then I'll think back to a man named Stanley who was objectively wrong in every decision he ever made. The thought won't last long. Goodbye, Stanley. Good luck with your work, and I sincerely hope that everyone lives happily ever after.
Why you gotta be so mean to me? I just wanna... Okay. Okay. Ah. Ah. Where is the Stanley? Oh, he's right here. Doesn't look like a fun place to go, really. Filing cabinets go there. One over here. Guess better jump down. Whoa. Hey, 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 I've been here before. This is the original hallway. From the original Stanley Parable. It's gotten rather, messy in its old age. The elevator. Two doors. Where's my office? There's a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm kind of spooked at this point. Beep boop boop. Beep boop 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 boop. Boop beep. Beep 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 beep. Captain, there appear to be some Klingons on the starboard bow. Boop boop. Beep boop boop. How interesting. It's a chair, alright. Hey. Hey.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Can't. The end is indeed never the end. And that is the point where you are taken back to the start and given the chance to reattempt whatever you were attempting in the first place. I feel kind of disoriented, and it's like, you know, you've been in a different world for a while, and then you're just back to reality, and One of the things I noticed is in Stanley Parable, you are short. Stanley is a short guy, and I'm not used to being a short guy. I'm 6'3". Um, so that was kind of disorienting for me. But some people have complained about motion sickness in the Rift, but that hasn't been a problem for me. I really haven't encountered that, but I really don't get motion sickness in most cases where people claim to anyway, so that's pretty okay. But well, anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll upload the rest of my playthroughs when I record them and play through them. See you.